Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this really exciting summer term. I've obviously tried to get in the mood by being in my classroom. A bit of product placement here. Not that I like Nike, but it's a good example of industry in an LEDC. This is all about revision this term, and I'm going to start off with running through the Easter holiday revision document. Now, obviously, if you've not done this, that's what you should be doing for the first couple of lessons. I expect this video clip will stay up so you can then stay online so you can look at it at your own leisure. So here we are. Let's turn this around. Geography Easter holiday revision in inspirational settings here. Here we have the world, the globe, to inspire me to get everything right. And this wonderful division. There's a few. I've chucked some furniture in here because we're a bit squashed at home because all the children have come back to live. So it's a bit squashed in here. And sweepstake of what dates will be back at school up there. Hope Jamie Barr's wrong, as he says never. Who knows when? Could be June, July. No, doubt it will come in July. Maybe June. Anyway. So here we go. Geography Easter holiday revision. Now, I'm holding this with one hand and doing it with the other, so it's going to be a bit messy, this. Okay. Nice. Oh, it's so tricky, this. Traction is rolling along the bed. It's a method of transportation. There we go. Load is the material in the river, all the material that a river carries. Abrasion is banging along the bed of the river. Load scraping against bed and bank. Fetch is the distance the wave travels. Here we are. I've not really taught you that one, so that's an extra one to know. Fetch. An arch is, we know what an arch is. Out of those answers, it's a feature of erosion before it collapses to form a stack. A river cliff is on the outside, yep. Half these answers are done already, so I'm actually copying whoever did this. Suspension is fine load being carried in the flow. It's been done for you there. And the water flows faster on the outside of a bend. Page 1, full marks. Okay, page 2 here. Deposition occurs on the inside on a river beach. Longshore drift helps to form a spit. Describe the three processes below. Describe three of the processes below. Hydraulic action, shear power of water. Saltation is when we transportation bouncing along. Deposition is when the load is dropped. Corrosion, that actually is, because it's corrosion, it's actually also solution, which is dissolving material. I could do with another arm or two here to make this easier for me. Explain the difference between weathering and erosion. Weathering is the breaking down of rocks, breaking down in situ of rocks, and erosion is wearing away. I don't really need to write it, you can just hear me, can't you? Give an example of each of these processes. An example of weathering would be freeze-thaw or onion skin. An example of erosion would be cash, corrosion, attrition, solution, hydraulic action. Any of those will do. Draw a diagram with detailed labels to explain how a waterfall is formed. Well, that's silly because it's here, isn't it? It's on the next page. There's your diagram of how a waterfall is formed. Key thing is that you've got the hard rock, soft rock, Yeah, should do with a bit of undercutting in here, couldn't we? Sneaky bit of undercutting. Undercutting could go in there. Plunge pull correct, and it should have the gorge. As it retreats, it leaves a gorge behind. Okay, so where were we? We're back on 1.4. A little bit of a cheat there. 1.5, using the following labels, annotate a copy of the photograph shown below. Okay, so the shallow water is here on the inside. That's the shallow water on the inside. The river cliff, well, that's this thing here on the outside. The river beach, pretty poor photo, but we know it's here on the inside. And undercutting, that's at the base of the river cliff. When the water comes fast around the outside here, it erodes the base and then it all falls in. Okay. Next page, let me just see, 1.5. Here's 1.6. Can't find 1.6. I must have missed a page out. Okay. Let me just check it's in this one. Well, yeah, I missed a page out. Never mind. Let's get on with what we got here. Right. Match the words. Right, limestone, that's chemical weathering, isn't it? Limestone goes to chemical. Desert is likely to happen with onion skin. Mountain is freeze thaw. Chalk hills must be biological weathering. Surprised at that. I'd use a different example, such as the tropics. Copy and complete the following sentences by choosing the correct words. Nice and easy. Wherever it begins is known as the source. Two rivers meet is the confluence. Is it from the Latin or from the Greek? Conjugio and flumens. The area drained by is called a drainage basin. Where's that answer? It hasn't got drainage basin here. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Drainage basin. The flat area either side of it is a floodplain. It's pretty obvious. A small river that flows to a large river is a tributary. Rock and soil that does not allow water is impermeable. If it can't go through, it's impermeable. That's a tricky old word, that one. Impermeable is the answer to that one. When a stack is weathered and eroded, it turns into a stump. Stump. In the desert, you're most likely to get onion skin weathering. Onion skin weathering. The breakdown of a rock by weather, plants and animals is known as biological weathering here. Biological weathering. The movement of a wave up the beach is swash. It's backwash back down. Loose broken up rock is known as scree. That is often formed in mountains by freeze-thaw weathering. Okay, I'm going to do one more page, then I'm going to have a break in this video and then do another one. Okay, here we have this waterfall diagram again. Which rock is harder, whinstone or shale? Well, the hard rock is on top, so it's whinstone. Why? Because it erodes slower. So this erodes much more slowly than this, so this must be softer. Why is the plunge pool deeper? Well, you have hydraulic action, the sheer power of water pounding away at the bed here, and also when rocks collapse, they erode the pool as well. What happened to make the waterfall look like this? Well, they're the processes of erosion. Explain where and why a river deposits its load. It deposits it when it slows down. When a river loses power, it deposits its load, such as on the inside of a meander. A feature created by river deposition. Well, you could have floodplain, you could have delta, or you could have the slip-off slope on the inside of a meander. Right, the longshore, draw a diagram to longshore drift. Well, I sort of started down here just before. The key thing is that you have the PWD, prevailing wind direction, and then you have the little Sandy swash up the beach, backwash down the beach. And here we have the direction of LSD, longshore drift, moves along, oh, go on low power mode already, longshore drift. And the feature it forms, I haven't drawn on yet, will obviously be the spit. I think that's the next question, is it? Draw a diagram with detailed analysis to explain how this feature is formed. Okay. Name a feature formed by longshore drift is a spit. There we are. Okay, on to the diagram below shows a type of weathering. This is biological weathering. A very well done diagram too. I think this is a good diagram. The sea gets in a crack, plants its roots, eventually the plants grow and makes the rocks break off. Okay, I'm going to have a break there and I'll start on the next clip in a minute.